Moldova is a new country anyway. It was before in the former Soviet Union, a part of the former Soviet Union. Therefore, Moldova start new with a lot of things. It's a very new country. And one of the parties is, for example, also they never had real patriotism. These are all the things which has to start slowly by slowly. So, and when I arrived here, I said to the federation, I told them, look, the only way is to make a plan. Without plan, it's for nothing. Because after I leave, for example, then again, some people are coming who are not really professional. We destroy everything again. Therefore, I make a plan for them to make them understand. If you have a 3-4 year plan, and based on this plan, then after 3-4 years, you will have a team which will be able to compete. This means if everything is going well, why not to go also for a championship? Because a lot of other countries, little countries, show it is possible. If you're united, if you have a good plan, it's possible. And I give always the same example about it, which I like very much, is Iceland. Because Iceland is a very little country, but they had a plan. The government supports this plan for long term. And now even this little country is always at World Cups and European Championships.
The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
Hola, a very warm welcome to the VAR show, the show which talks about all the various major football leagues in detail. Today we are going to continue the theme of interviews, and we have the head coach of Moldova national team, Mr. Engin Fırat, with us. So without wasting much time, I would like to first thank Engin for coming on the show. Thank you so much and welcome to the show. And I would like to begin by asking, how are you and what are you doing these days during the pandemic period?
Thank you. Everything is fine. We all pass now a very difficult time. And we need to stay healthy, that the future will be much better for all of us.
Definitely, and I'll talk about a lighter topic, that is football, in comparison to what's happening all around the world. And I'll talk about your career. You have managed in so many countries and clubs, national teams, Iran, Turkey, so many. So, how is the footballing culture different in different places you have been?
Yeah, it's the basis in the end about the culture of the country, it's the people. Therefore, it changed also the culture of football, because you have a different view of everything, different way of thinking, of life, and it's all connected in the end to football. And it helped me, for example, a lot. I learned a lot about life, first of all, about the new cultures and so on, which makes me richer as a person, because you understand much easier everybody, and it makes it very simple for me when I go a new country to adapt very well and to understand the people very well. And this helped me a lot in my job as a coach, first of all. Sometimes, of course, some cultural parts can be very difficult for football, because some countries people are more relaxed, and sometimes it's going to the level that it is not good for really professional football. You have to focus more on your job. You have to be more aggressive in some parts. Therefore, everybody has different part of influence on the football. And of course, one thing more is also how they see the football. Because in some countries, they want more football which is nice to watch. In other countries, they want only results. And therefore, you have also to find a way what the people are really desiring and so on. And like I said, every country has in this part his own rules.
Definitely. Okay, according to your experience, which has been the most difficult for you, which culture has been the most difficult for you?
I don't know really. I can't say it, because everybody has good sides and everybody has bad sides. For example, in Germany, you are fantastic organized. Every player is very professional, but there is missing some creativity, because if everything is organized, you don't let space more for creativity. And therefore, every country has very good parts and also some difficult parts. And this is what I mean about life and football, because really it's always connected. I would always say, look at the people, it's a mirror of the football.
Definitely. And like now you are the head coach of Moldova, and
Yeah,
Moldova is not a superpower in terms of football in Europe. So
yeah.
how difficult is the job for you? Because you have to do so much when you compete with higher teams and you compete with France and everyone in maybe in the qualifying groups. How difficult is the job?
Of course, you have to understand first of all the local league is weak and also not professional. Therefore, the players have not good conditions here, financial and also from facility. Therefore, they have no chance to compare with any European league. So, but in the same time, I have a lot of players outside of the country. So I need to find a way to put both of them together. And this means physically, mental start in one way. But you have to put all of them together in one package that you have a chance even to compete against top teams. And it is possible, like we show also in Paris against world champion France, where we deserved minimum 1 point, which was stolen by the referees. But it is possible, but it's very hard work, very hard work.
So like how is the footballing infrastructure in Moldova?
It's to be honest weak. To be honest, weak. Like I said, football is always also connected to the financial power of the country. If the country has it's financial strong, it's possible to invest also in sport, in general in sport. This means for facilities and so on. Plus, you will have some companies who are able to invest also in sport. This means sponsors. Everything is connected. If you have this all together, then of course the infrastructure in sport, football is only one part of it, in this country will be strong, and this make everything easier to have results. Otherwise, like countries like, for example, Moldova, with financial infrastructure of the country not strong, if you have good teams or you have individual good sportsmen, it's not by system, it's by luck. This is the reality.
So in terms, as you said, like there is proper infrastructure is not there, and even the finance is not there to develop players. But in terms of raw quality of the players, do you think the quality is there?
Yes, yes, we have. Here, I needed to work a lot in mental way because our players are physically strong, they have talent, and I changed a lot in the team. We had a very old team, and I put now our under 21 has some very interesting players, and I put around, I think now we have 12 players who are between 20 and 22. And now we can say from one of the oldest teams in Europe, we have now one of the youngest, maybe the youngest team in Europe. And this is possible because the young ones are more hungry for everything. They are also more hungry to learn something. And I'm very, really quite positive for the future because the teams which we played with me was only teams which are in the top 20 in the world. So we played only against the best of the best. And there I see a lot of improvement, and therefore I'm very, very positive for the future of the team.
Okay, moving on, Moldova are relatively a very new country in terms of football. They played their first game, I think, in 1991. Okay, so that's very new compared to other countries. So how long will it be realistic? Before which we can see them maybe qualifying for maybe European, European Championship or the World Cup.
So Moldova is a new country anyway. It was before in the former Soviet Union, a part of the former Soviet Union. Therefore, Moldova start new with a lot of things. It's a very new country. And one of the parties is, for example, also they never had real patriotism. These are all the things which has to start slowly by slowly. So, and when I arrived here, I said to the federation, I told them, look, the only way is to make a plan. Without plan, it's for nothing. Because after I leave, for example, then again, some people are coming who are not really professional. We destroy everything again. Therefore, I make a plan for them to make them understand. If you have a 3-4 year plan, and based on this plan, then after 3-4 years, you will have a team which will be able to compete. This means if everything is going well, why not to go also for a championship? Because a lot of other countries, little countries, show it is possible. If you're united, if you have a good plan, it's possible. And I give always the same example about it, which I like very much, is Iceland. Because Iceland is a very little country, but they had a plan. The government supports this plan for long term. And now even this little country is always at World Cups and European Championships. So therefore, you have also example and you have a way, but you have to follow. But the people, everybody has to understand also that it is full of sacrifices. You can't sit down and wait that somebody's coming to put you there. You have to move your ass, you have to work for it, to come to the point you want. Because in life, nobody gives you something without giving. So therefore, I hope you will follow up this channel.
Definitely.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me, coach?
I didn't hear you. Now I hear you. Now.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely now we'll move on to our next question. Okay.
Yeah. Now I hear you.
Yeah. We'll move on to our next question. Okay. So, hello. Can you hear me, coach?
No. We are back. Now we are back. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk of the next question, and I'll talk about the UEFA Nations League. Which is a new one. And Moldova have qualified for Group C after finishing third in D2 last year. What is your thoughts on Nations League? Because many of the pundits and everyone has said that it is a waste of time. What is your...
I'm hearing.
Yeah, what is your thinking of the Nations League?
It's in the end, it's not a bad idea, because every team will have a lot of official friendly matches. Plus, you don't need to organize all the things, and plus they give you opportunity to enter also a championship on a different way. So, and this makes it for sure for many countries also, let's say, attractive. But the question is, the problem is for countries like us, who are now in a time where we want to produce a new team, and we need time to play against teams where the boys can have experience, to learn, to get self-confidence. But now I face a group which is must. I don't know how this group happened. We have Slovenia, where half of the team is playing in Serie A, where Ilicic is a star in the Champions League, where they have his Oblak, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Then we play Greece, who was before European champion. We play against Kosovo, which is the most improved team in the last 2 years in Europe. So let me any chance to prepare my team for the championship, the next championship qualifiers, because we are playing all the time very hard teams. And this is not good for countries like us who wants to prepare a team for a championship, because if you make a little mistake, they're going to destroy you. They will go destroy your self-confidence. And therefore, for teams like us, it's not nice, to be honest. Of course, for the big teams in Europe, it's perfect. Why it's perfect? They need only friendly matches in high level. Stadiums are full. For them, it's very nice. But like I said, for many of the little countries, it's not really, to be honest, not really so interesting, because, for example, if you play in Group D and they will play, I don't know, Liechtenstein against San Marino or something, who will go to the match? Who will watch this match? What it will bring to these countries? If these little countries, if they want to improve in football, they need also to play against teams which have players which the people want to see to come to the stadium. Therefore, there are good parts of the Nations Leagues, but there are also in practice some parts which are not really useful in my eyes.
Definitely, it depends from country to country and their own perspective. So I'll move on from that and talk more about you and your coaching style. And if you had to like describe your coaching philosophy, how would you describe it?
You know, I make it always very simple. For me, it's most important is that I control the game. It sounds very simple, but it's very difficult because I'm one of these coaches who is always laughing about when I hear about this system 3-4-3, 4-4-2, and it's for me it doesn't make any sense because, for example, I can play 3-4-3, very defensive. I can block every part of the game. I don't make any attack. I can block you. But I can play it very aggressive in a contra-pressing, only on the other side, very aggressive, very offensive. Therefore, all these kind of points are, for me, nothing. This, let's say, system numbers. It's about your football philosophy and your mind, what you want. So I'm one of them who wants to control the game, depends on the quality of the players I have, and to build up a team which always, again, depends on what I have in my hand. Because I hear sometimes, okay, I play only with one forward. What happens if I have two very good forwards? Should I put them on the bench? Where is the logic about it? Therefore, what I do on the field depends always on the players. The players have to have my mind. They have to understand I want to control. This means pressing in all areas. Even if it's a world champion, I want to have the control. They can have the ball, no problem by me. But I have to block them. I have to put them in a way that they can't find goal chances. This means in the end, I control the game. So this is one part. And also, like you know, what is now also always after match, I see they come out and, oh, we had 64% the ball. What does it mean? What does it mean? Nothing, nothing. Because it's about what you make. I can let you pass in your defense 2 hours. It's not a problem for me. You will have 90% passing, you will have 70% the ball, but maybe I win 3-0. So, because, for example, I give you one example from Belgium. If you play against Belgium, it's highly possible that you have 60% the ball. It's highly possible. But if you look then at the result, it's also highly possible that they win 4-0. So, why? Because they let you come. They want you to let you come. They let you pass in this area. But if they get you when you are coming, boom. So, therefore, all these points you have to put together what is needed. So in my style, it is like I said, I'm trying to put football in the basic points. This means I want to control. I'm thinking always to my own goal, what I can do, how I can find a weakness in the other team. I'm not only focused on myself, also on the other side. But I believe always, and this is the most important part for me in football anyway, first of all, you have to understand your team. Your team. Because if you don't understand your team, it doesn't matter against whom you play and how you analyze the other ones. Therefore, I start, like I said, always with myself to put my thoughts on the team and to put on the field and after the steps for the rival.
Definitely. So, you have coached at club level and also at national level, okay? And of course, club level you do day-to-day activities, and national you have maybe once in 6 months or 3 months. For you, which one do you prefer more, like national level or club level?
You know, there's only one difference for me in this. It's more emotional. You know, it's for me the club level is one part easier. Why? Because to work every day is for every coach easier. So, but in national teams you have one thing which is very emotional, which I faced first time in Iran and now here too. Because at club level you are only a coach of a club, but national level you have all the pressure of all the country. So this means all people, even if they don't like football, they are looking about what you are doing. And in one part, especially if you are in a foreign country, you feel it, and it gives you also an opportunity to make the people happy in the country. And therefore, it's for me from enjoying. If you do good things, it's much more important than in a club team. And therefore, from technically way, you're right. Club team is more easier for a coach. But from emotional way, for sure, national.
Okay, then moving on, like you have played against a lot of good players and managers at throughout your career. But you know, which is that one manager, you know, which or team which was the most difficult to play against?
Good question. Good question. You know, to be honest, sometimes there are some coaches, and these are generally not coaches who are very well known. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, coach.
You hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. You understand the last what I said?
yeah. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
You
hear you.
understand the last what I said?
Yeah, I heard little bit. You can.
Okay. Okay, then let me start like this. Look, there are different kinds of coaches. There are some system coaches who prepare everything before, who have a system, and who you know what will happen. But it's sometimes nearly impossible to find a solution. For example, Klopp in Liverpool against the contra-pressing, how to behave. They're doing it in an unbelievable way. And they have also the players who, when they get the ball in the dangerous zone, how to stop them, okay? But there, I played also against Klopp when he was in Mainz. So you know how he's playing everything, okay? But there are sometimes coaches which are able to change something with 1-2 moves in the match. And these are coaches where I see a practically, let's say, practical, tactical influence directly in the game. And this kind of coaches you don't find so many anymore. This was before more. But now it's more about all is going about system coaches, and we lose this kind of coaches who have really direct effect on the match. So, and therefore, these coaches who has direct effect on the match, these are the coaches where you can even play chess, you know, on the field. It looks like a little bit, it's not like in basketball, but it is the way of it. So, and these are the coaches where I say, where you have problems. It is serious problems because they can change everything and you have to find directly a solution. But these are the situations when you see in a match when a coach turns back to the bench, looks on the field, turns back to the bench, because he is thinking now what step to do. And if we don't have this quality step on the bench, even if he has a solution, he don't know how to make it, because in the end, everything is done by players. Even if I want you to do this, if you're not able to do it, it doesn't work. Therefore, I can't say really about names, but like I said before, sometimes these are the coaches who are not so well known, who can make you a lot of trouble.
Of course, there are many like that. So we'll move on to your career as a whole, okay? And you have had a lot of success throughout your career in various clubs and countries. And if you had to choose, this will be very difficult for you. If you had to choose one moment which is your most favorite from your career, which one would that be?
It would be unfair to all moments. So, you know, I'm happy about all of them. You know, this, it's something. Look, we played against Galatasaray and won 6-0 with Fenerbahçe, which is the biggest result in the history. So for every Fenerbahçe fan, it's the top of the top. But for me, emotional, it had nothing. You know, I was even after the match more shocked maybe than the other side, because it was nothing we expected. Therefore, it's, you know, for you as a coach, is something, emotion is something totally different. Sometimes it is, for example, we played with in Iran with Saifa against Persepolis. It was also first time in the history that they won in the at home against them. And it was for me much more important because stadium was full, all people was happy, and we was the underdogs. This team was 5 times better than us. It's not so mediatic, but for you as a person, it's more important because you know you win. It's like you win you win a match which is not possible to win, and this is really milestones in your life. Therefore, and there are some, like I said, mediatic wins, which don't, let's say, which are not really so important for yourself.
So of course, like you, there will be a lot of moments like that. So talking about Moldova, okay, what are your plans maybe for the next 1 or 2 years? Whenever you are there in the country, what are you planning for them?
Like I said, I give our federation, our president, all my plans for the future, how to grow up this team, and I told them what to do. I have also a good assistant coach here, because this is also one of my plans, because I'm, to be honest, not planning to stay many years here, because I'm one of the coaches. If I do my job, I prepare something, including also assistant coach who can continue with this work, what I have done, so that they don't belong anymore to me. They can go on this way. So, and therefore, I will continue with the young boys to prepare them for the next championship. And after this, I will decide, because I have also my own plans, my own, let's say, idols, and I want to follow them up also too. And this means also in one way, I do my job professional, and on the other side, I have to think also in a professional way for my future.
So definitely on that note, like you have had a lot of experience in your career in a lot of countries and a lot of places you have gone across. So do you have any words of advice for, like young coaches who are just starting out their career?
Of course, most important is what I can say to them is, don't copy anyone. Try to find your own way, because the most important part for every coach is to be original. The player has to understand that it's you. You are not a copy of someone. This is your beliefs. Doesn't matter right or wrong. Everybody make mistakes. I've done more than enough mistakes. So, but these people who are in front of you have to trust you. This means the most important part in the football career as a coach is the relation coach and players. And they have to focus on it, because the other points like training and so on, all these things you will learn. But most important is to think about your relation, find your own way, what is really your beliefs in football. Don't try to copy anyone, like I said. What you believe, continue on this, make mistakes, learn from this, and try every day to get better, to follow up. Never think that you are really ready. Never think this, because with time you will understand. I can give you an example from my side. I was 35, I think, when I took over a Champions League finalist, Sepahan in Iran, as head coach. And if you ask me, I was thinking I'm one of the best coaches in the world for mental. But now I know I was not ready. I was not ready in many points. Therefore, we have to accept that we have to learn, doesn't matter in which age. If they follow this up and ready for sacrifices, they will make their way.
So, like you said you made a lot of mistakes. Can you share some mistakes you made? Which was the biggest mistake you made in your career?
No, biggest mistake, sometimes you choose the wrong club, the wrong situation. This is one mistake. But more it is about to make mistakes with the people. You understand this? And sometimes you trust the wrong people. This means including players and so on. And also, for example, if you are going to a bigger club and they tell you, okay, you have time to build up a new team. No big club in the world give you time. Don't worry. It's only blah blah. In the end, they want directly from first day results. These are all the points. I can't say biggest mistake, because I'm not somebody who regrets something, because I see everything as part of learning. Therefore, I see everything positive. But this is in the end also the difference between intelligent people and dumb people. Let's say we learn from mistakes. And therefore, if we learn from mistakes, everything is on a good road.
Okay, on that note, I'll ask you one final question, okay? And this will be the biggest challenge of your career. Trust me. Yeah. Whom do you prefer, Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo?
I don't know. I wish both of them would play for my team. These are totally different players. Therefore, the question is not right, I think. Because Messi is a different kind of player than Ronaldo, totally different. But both of them are unbelievable players, unbelievable. But still, from the players I saw till now, this is always my answer to all of them. It's Maradona. Therefore, I can't compare, but from all of them who I saw, it's Maradona, because he's the only one I saw in my life who bring a team along to a world championship. And I can't say the same about Messi. He's a player who needs a good midfield. Cristiano Ronaldo needs the crosses anyway. So, but somebody who do it alone, I think it was only Maradona.
So, on that note, Engin, thank you so much for talking to me, and I wish you all the best for your future campaigns with Moldova. And I hope you take them to maybe European Championship and even maybe World Cup. You never know. And hope to talk to you again soon. Thank you. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you very much. Best regards to Nepal. Take good care.
Bye.
Bye.